On today's show, we talk about an upcoming Rock Hill social that will help everyone get ready for homecoming.
The culinary students are now able to create and serve self-made recipes. We dive into how the students are using these recipes to make an entire menu. These stories and more on this edition of Hilltop News. What's rockin', Rock Nation? Welcome back to Hilltop News from Studio 1060. I'm Brandon McVay.
And I'm Ashley Sallaway. I hope you guys are looking forward to the 5-day weekend as much as I am.
I know I'm excited. We have a great show in store for you today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
It's homecoming season on the Hill, and that means it's time to get your mums. Braden Serenowitz has the story on how 2 Rock Hill organizations are joining together to make sure all students can enjoy this tradition.
Thank you, Ashley. We all love mums, and any family that's been through high school has plenty of old ones lying around. I looked into how our leftover mums have made a big difference this homecoming.
That's my favorite. You guys know.
They say everything is bigger in Texas, and that is especially true with homecoming mums, a tradition everyone wants a chance to share in.
Mums with Friends is a partnership between Student Council and Prosper Peers to make mums for students who have disabilities so that everybody feels included during homecoming festivities.
After collecting donations of materials and recycled mums, students will have a chance to interact with their Prosper pals at the October 6th social and form a new friendship.
Our hope for this is that it just makes everyone realize that everybody needs to be a part of the homecoming tradition, and so that there shouldn't be a certain group or organization or student on our campus that's forgotten during this time, that's kind of the whole point of homecoming, is coming together and celebrating our school and our campus. And so this is Student Council's way of reaching out and bringing that group in and just helping build those relationships.
This is the first year of Mums with Friends, and the organizers have a goal that it starts a tradition of positive impact on students by promoting inclusivity.
Nobody wants to feel excluded. Like a normal person or a person with disabilities, nobody wants to feel excluded. So I think the positive impact is that we are giving people the opportunity to build friendships with people that they wouldn't normally become friends with, and there's only good that can come from that.
Mums with Friends is after school today from 4:30 to 6:30 in the cafeteria. So Ashley, anyone who wants to help out can stop by and join with Student Council and Prosper Peers.
Thank you, Braden.
Culinary students are working on creating their own business inside the school. Emily Wilhouse found out more about the process of creating the Hilltop Cafe.
The Hilltop Cafe students have the right ingredients to bring their recipes to a new level.
Figure out what recipes they like, kind of find other ones, and then they tweak them. So they'll kind of steal things from other people's recipes that are already made, but then kind of tweak them to make it their own. We never want them to fully have just a stolen recipe at that time. We want them to make it their own, taste test things, figure out how to make it better. And then from there, we adjust it to make sense for our restaurants.
Head Chef encourages her students to try and fail along the way of creating recipes. Even though she tries to ensure the restaurant is student-run, she is their ultimate guide to learning how to run a business and a kitchen.
General restrictions on recipe items is how expensive it is, how can we get it, what season it would be in, other than general quality of the ingredients. It also comes into play of who would be allergic to this, how can we get it served, how do we prep it out.
Other than last year, where it was only possible to make meals for the faculty due to COVID, the whole culinary department is excited to showcase their culinary skills to the community.
Seeing the knowledge grow on just their different skills that they're improving on, and actually being able to taste things and adjust recipes that way on their own, I think is really cool, versus just being like, what does this need? And it's now, okay, I know what this needs. I know what I can add to it, what seasonings are gonna make this more flavorful. I always tell them, I'm like, try it first. We don't wanna just serve it and be like, all right, I hope this is good. It's try it, all right, does this taste great? What can we add to it? What can we make it better? And seeing them actually know those things.
It's exciting to see how the students develop their skills and create delicious meals for the staff, students, and their families. For Hilltop News, I'm Emily Wilhouse.
Hilltop Cafe is now open to the community with reservations available on selected weekdays from noon to 1 o'clock.
Volleyball and tennis were both in action last night. Connor Fuxa is in studio to give the recap on those games and more. Connor?
Thanks, Ashley. Volleyball was at home last night facing off against Sherman. They took home a dominant win, sweeping the game 3-0. Volleyball's next match is this Friday away against the Colony.
Big matches that we're eyeing that are going to be this Friday and next Friday, playing the Colony again and playing Wiley East. Right now we're all tied for third place in district, and so to take both of those wins, that will put us over the edge. And we have a little rivalry with Wiley East this year. We faced them 3 times so far, and we haven't been successful in any of them, but we still think we're the better team, and we want to go out and prove it.
Tennis was also in action last night. They had their district championship matches last night against Lovejoy. They went down in a hard-fought matchup, making them the district runner-ups and moving their record to 6-1 on the season. Tennis is now starting their preparation for playoffs.
It was a win, even though it was a loss, and it's a great match going in that we can learn from going into Liberty on next Tuesday, and basically stick to our style, and we're going to have to be super aggressive. They're the 7th team in the state, so we're going to have to attack and take it to them and not let them take it to us.
Football last time on the field, like tennis, they played against Lovejoy. Lovejoy, being the 3rd-ranked team in the state for 5A, gave our Blue Hawks a tough matchup. Football ended up taking a tough loss 55-14. Football gets a week off this week, and they will return to action next Thursday when they face off against Frisco Memorial at the Ford Center. Finally, cross country ran in the Dallas Jesuit Cross Country Classic this past weekend. They closed out their regular season on a high note, finishing with a runner in top 10 for every division, with Reese Van Voorst, Gabriel De La O, and Anna Williams medaling individually. Cross country will be back in action next Tuesday for their district championship. Now, the cross country team isn't the only runners we have on our campus. Sarah Cronin caught up with 2 teachers who are running in one of the biggest races in the nation.
Teachers have a life outside of the classroom, but before they can train their students, these teachers are up before the sun training themselves.
So for the Boston Marathon, I have been training since May, just doing workouts and running in the summer, wake up really early, like at 4:15, so that way I can beat the heat, and hopefully it all pays off.
While running, these teachers have to stay aware of the physical toll taken on their bodies. As well, Ms. Clevenger has to keep in mind of a special running buddy riding along.
Being pregnant has definitely changed my running. I cannot run as fast, which is why I don't have a time goal. I just want to finish. But I've definitely had to kind of back down on the mileage and back down on the times. It's a really fine line between listening to your body and pushing through.
Not only is running a physical challenge, but these teachers say that it's more of a mental game than anything.
It's really important to train your mind whenever you're running a marathon as well. So even in practice, when I'm just kind of going for long runs or doing workouts, I have like mantras that I tell myself. So that way when I, go through those similar experiences during the race, I can remind myself to push through and that I am strong and I'm capable of making it through that moment.
Although the Boston Marathon is planning on being in person, last year, people had to juggle the challenges of COVID in order to run.
So last year, because of COVID, the actual Boston Marathon, the in-person race was canceled. So what we had to do was do it virtually. I did my virtual race around White Rock Lake in Dallas. It's not like going to the actual Boston Marathon, but it was still something that was a really big event for me.
Despite all these extra challenges, along with their actual running, neither of them plan on stopping to catch a breath anytime soon. For Hilltop News, I'm Sarah Cronin.
Running 26 miles and teaching, that's insane. Best of luck to both our teachers in their upcoming races. Well, that's all for today's show. For Hilltop News, I'm Connor Fuxa.
I'm Brandon McVay.
And I'm Ashley Sallaway. Keep rocking, Blue Hawks.